Hello friends, today in this video I am going to deal with this beautiful flower plant. As you can see, uh, this is the beautiful flower plant of summer season, and the name of this plant is adenium. So it is very popular plant, and you can see how many flowers are there in single plant of mine. You can see, I think, loads of flower. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 11 and more, with more birds in this single branch. 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 22 22 flower in single plant. You can see, and I also want to show you the cortex of this plant. This plant is not more than 8 months. I had bought it in the month of rainy season, so 8 to 9 months in my garden this plant, and at that time the health of this plant was very weak, means it could have broken from the wind. This one was very thin, so I think this is the desi variety of adenium, and you can see the growth of the cortex also now. A few days back I have repotted it. So today I am going to tell you all I know about adeniums. So I don't actually I'm not official, but what I do, I'm going to tell you about adeniums. And you can see this plant in this small 5-inch pot. This is also maybe of not more than 7 to 6 months, not more than 7 months, because after this plant I had bought these two plants. So these plants actually I had not cared properly. I just had the mentality like that to keep it now for the timing, and later on I needed to care, but later I didn't have time to deal with it because it was already winter, and winter, I think all of the gardeners know how much busy time is winter for all the gardeners, especially the flower lovers. So you can see this beautiful shade of bicolor, means a light pink and dark pink, you can see, and it's really very beautiful, and this stays long for a longer period of time. So, and another plant I have over here, you can see this one is of another kind of flower. You can see the difference. This one is of this kind and this one is of other kind. Although I had not bought this plant, I had asked for the maroon color plant, but they had given me this plant by mistake. But I love this color of the plant, of the flower. So how I need to care for adeniums? So at first let me tell you, adeniums comes in uh, as per I know, two varieties. One is the one that is grown from seeds and cuttings, and another is means grafted variety. So as you can see, these are the grafted variety. You can see this is the grafted portion. From here is from here you can see the V cut. This V cut, is the grafted variety, and this one as well as this one is also the grafted variety. So you can see there is a jungle over here, because I had already told you I had not cleared these properly, but I had given this one a proper soil mix, and I had given this one now few days back, this one, but I had not given that one till date. So the at first let me talk about the soil, how the soil should be. So the soil should be very much porous, means very much well drained, Means once you give water, the water must immediately flee away, but the moisture must be retained in the soil. It's I think many of the people say it is desert rose, but we shouldn't means give water this plant properly. Means if you do not give water properly, then your birds will dry out like this. Serious, I was out of station for 1 week and I had not given it water properly, and see this. Actually, the one I have told to care, I have told him not to give water to this plant because they might overwater it and my plant may be damaged. So that's okay. With the flowers, I will get more flowers later, but my plant is saved because this plant requires a good proportion of care for water only, nothing else. This plant does not require any kind of fertilizer, means special fertilizer. So what I have done is, in the reporting last few days back, what I had done is I had prepared a soil mix of 40% sand, 40% garden soil, and 40% of vermicompost. So that makes the soil very porous. You can see, I'm showing you, very soft and very porous. You can see this is the soil. I wanted to show you. See, this is the texture of this good drainage soil. You can see, and I had also rooted this plant, means planted this plant porcelain, because it is compatible with this plant, because it also does not require many water. So above these will do flowering, and below this will do flowering. So my concept was that, but it was okay. And another thing for water, I've already told, these plants need water. All plants need water, but some difference is there. This plant require less water. So do not avoid it to that we are not giving water for week after week. I generally, as per my soil media, I keep this plant in full sunlight for now, till now. But after some days, when the scorching heat will be there, I will not keep this plant in full sunlight. I will take them to the sun, to such a place that they will get sunlight half day sun. So as I am keeping this plant in full sunlight now, I am giving water every alternate day. So that is, I think, the best result. You will not get a root rot in your plant, because you can see the soil becomes dry. As per my drainage soil, I am telling you, you need to keep your soil really porous. You can see my soil media I am showing you. Means like, if you see this one, if you do it like this, it will have to come out like this. Just pressing it lightly, it will fall like this. This is a good sign of good drainage soil. But it is not like that one. That one I really need to take care. I check for the soil, and then, although this is also good rotting mix, but I had not actually made the proper soil mix for this one. This is also a well drained soil. Zerbera was there, and I had shifted it to another pot, small pot, because of some reason. I will share with you in later any videos of Zerbera. So that was with water. And another thing is for fertilizer. I had already told you to add 40% of vermicompost to this plant. Sorry, for the soil mix, for not 40%, 20%, because these plants do not require very much amount of fertilizer. If you want, you can add liquid fertilizer of mustard cake or cow dung or any organic liquid fertilizer you have, but this plant do not require any kind of chemicals. And another thing is that you have to make not only good flowering is required for adenium. For adenium, the good cortex is also required. You can see I will make one video on reporting. If I get time, I will do that. With every reporting, you have to take this plant out of the pot at least this much. Means you can see the up till this much was is this portion is green, as you can see. So after this, what was there from this portion to this, it was in the soil, under the soil. So I had kept it out, although it is very much, I should have kept it this much, but we have to take it out of the soil every year to get a good cortex of the plant. So that is the only care with adenium and nothing else. For sunlight, I had already told. Now there is not too much of hot as in summers, but when there will be scorching heat and above 40 degrees, the temperature will rise. I will keep this plant in half dozen, because these are plants of deserts, so they can if you want, you can keep this plant in full sunlight, they will never die. These are one of the plant that hardly dies. They will only die because of overwatering, because of root rot. So nothing other care is there for this plant. And if you like my video, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel. I have another plant also I'm showing you. This is my first plant of adenium. As you can see, I'll see the growth of this plant, and when I will repot this plant, I can make a video, because below it there is a huge cortex of this plant. I know, because this is the first plant of adenium from which I had learned how to care adenium. Means it is about 2 years old in my garden. And another thing, adenium needs pruning, but I do not like to prune this plant, because you can see this is really a lovely shape. It has taken naturally. I wanted to show you. See, if I remove this, you can see straight along and then a tree-like shape. So if I had cut it from here, maybe many branches may appear, but I do not like to prune my adenium plants. If you want, you can obviously go for pruning. For that, you have to take a good polished knife or blade and apply spirit or hydrogen peroxide and make the cut from angles. But be careful with grafted variety. Remember to cut above the grafted portion. Means if I could have pruned this plant, I should prune from in 2 branches 2 times. Means from here I should have cut, here I should cut. So here 2 branches, here 2 branches. It this is how this plant becomes bushy. So, but I love naturally growth of this plant to happen, so I do not prune my adenium plants, but in future I may prune my plants. So if you like my video, give it a like and subscribe to my channel. And if you have any questions regarding any of the plants, you can ask it in the comment section below. If I know the answer, I will obviously give a reply, and if I don't know, I will also apologize for that. So okay, let it be for today. See you in my next video. Thank you very much.